This is Dr. Lawrence Jones from Farm Institute with a milk market tidbit. Yesterday, USDA released the February 23 cold storage report, and I'm recording this on the next day, March 24th. All right, so we did get the cold storage report, which gives us the basically how much cheese and butter are in the refrigerator. And there are some, highlights. We were down from the previous month, which was, we'll talk about in a minute as a surprise, and we were down in cheese from a year ago, and butter stocks were up both a year ago and compared to last month. So going into this report, we knew that starting around March 3rd, okay, we've had a significant rise in spot cheese. So this is what I call my statistical process control chart for spot cheese. And what I do is I build statistical channels in these, and I look at when there is a deviation. And there was a significant deviation in the first part of March, and we've had just this rocket ship up in spot prices. So when we look at the cold storage report, we look at January, how it changed, the typical, and then the actual. And so typically we add about 18 million pounds of cheese to the cold storage in January. And again, StoneX had it at 21 and a half million. So that was right in line, but it actually came in at reducing the cold storage by 234,000. And so if we look at the regression of the cheese stocks over time, again, each red dot is February, so it kind of tries to put things into perspective for you. The cold storage was pushing, 1.5 billion, and now it's come down. And in my opinion, it's actually kind of stabilized here. So this is leading us to two questions. Is demand up or is supply down? And I think we'll get a better answer to that on the end of the month when we get the dairy products report. But my gut is telling me that demand is up at this point because there seems to be a lot of milk kind of floating around the industry right now with spot prices being relatively low in the Midwest. So now we look at butter, and typically butter is increasing in cold storage during February. So February is a month that we add it. I had suspected about 30, let's call it 39 million. StoneX had it at 43, and it came in about 31. So my opinion is the butter stocks are just about in line with what we call typical. And if we look at the actual graph, again, the red dots are previous February's. It came up like we would have expected it to. It came up in all these previous years, but we're a little bit below trend line. And to me, we were in here at this higher level where I thought, we're going to end up, but now we've just kind of trended down. And so butter stocks are still a little bit on the short side. So this next week, we're going to have the fourth National Dairy Sales Report, and then we're going to have egg prices out on Friday the 31st. And so a relatively light week. And remember that March is a 5-week month.